Hi, Bolor. Thank you so much for sending your essay for correction. My apologies for missing this. Maybe next time it's easier if you just send me the essay, not all the corrections as well, because I've looked at them now and really well done on your hard work. So just send the recent, the latest corrected essay and a new one. I think I got lost because there were so many on here. My apologies. So more and more people are travelling domestically or internationally. Clearly many benefits, but some who argue it has drawbacks. Okay, so we're going to have to talk both advantages and disadvantages. Nowadays, the number of people traveling around the world is increasing. Okay, that's fine. You could put recently and then has been increasing. You could get the present perfect in there, which shows a bit more grammar. Some psychologists and travel experts, you don't need this because you've already got around the world. We know that. Have debated good whether there are more benefits travelling locally as well as internationally rather than drawbacks for travelling. Now, here, be very careful. Benefits. You must say what they are. You must give me an idea where you're going. So especially for understanding new cultures or something rather than drawbacks and then including illness. It doesn't matter. I mean, obviously it does matter because it's what's going to be in your essay coming up, but you must indicate here in the intro what you're going to be talking about. Otherwise, this introduction is too empty. You've got lots of words, but the words aren't connecting to here. It's really, really important your introduction works for you. So positive influences, again, I'm going with what? What are they? You need to give me a clue. Okay, fine. By the experts. So, by who? Recent New Zealand newspaper reports or recent something? You need more than that. The number of benefits travelling. Yes, good. Why don't you? Because you've already kind of said this here. You've already said that in the intro. So why don't you say, experts agree, or it is agreed that learning new things, so let's not have things, learning new ideas, cultures, traditions has a positive influence on travellers when they go abroad. So start, rather than starting with this, start with something really strong like this, but not the word things. While discovering new places. So you could almost start with, while discovering new places, travellers are able to learn positive new things. I would turn this whole round. This is the strongest bit of your sentence. And I would start with that bit. Put that at the front. And then explain why. So, and then why. And then, for example, looking at statistics, the experts stated in their reports that growth rate of travellers, especially when to developed countries, could have a direct influence on their driving. Fantastic. You see, this is really interesting. Then you've got into it. Well done. Lovely. So it's just starting off with a really strong line there. The rest of that is perfect. Although driving has a positive influence on behaviour, there are, okay, I think you could start with travellers. Travellers may experience some setbacks is another word you could use, some setbacks whilst venturing away from home, especially delays, homesickness, and something else, or whatever you want to put. Yeah, your essay. But start with this. So carry on with this kind of sentence rather than there are drawbacks. For instance, packing offers, yeah, all obstacles which could be challenging and maybe unnecessary. Yes, okay, well done. I think you could expand that more. I think you could bring in the environment. I think that's a big argument here. Traveling obviously with air pollution, I think that's one I would probably bring in here. So you could have the fact that you feel uncomfortable away from home, and you could have pollution, or just have the one about pollution. So maybe travel at home should be encouraged rather than traveling overseas. You could argue that one. I think that paragraph needs a little bit more, although the drawbacks good. You see, they've done that nicely, including traveling could be So here that's a nice conclusion because you've summed up your ideas really well. So a few things here. Introduce your ideas just gently in the introduction. Your vocab, having listened to your lovely speaking yesterday, your vocabulary in your speaking is much, much, much higher than your vocab in your essay. So I think on the vocab work, all the collocations we were talking about last night that you had so well, I think here you can upgrade your vocab, push your vocab more, get some adjectives in here, and really think about adding some variety to the language rather than it being a little bit repetitive. But you've got the ideas of it, but I think if you're going for band 7, I think you need to push a bit more on that one, if I'm really honest. Try and get your word count up a bit and try and get another good sentence in each paragraph. So another bar chart illustrates adolescents' film preferences around the world by gender. Good. Overall, the most preferred type of movie is comedy. Watch out. Whereas romantic movies for boys and animation for girls are the least enjoyed. Yeah, least preferred, or you could add least enjoyed. If compared, you have to go if compared. You don't need them, but that's nice if you do that. If compared by gender, female much more feels than male. Yeah, good. Here's boys, and we're interested in watching comedy. 1 through 7. Okay, now what you want to do is be comparing this. Turn this on its head. You've given me boys and girls. Okay, so the fondest movie types. You have to go, the fondest movie types watched by females are comedy. Whereas males do not like watching romantic. Drama and action is the next watch. Okay, this paragraph is better than the first one. What you need to be doing here is more of the comparing. So don't give me boys this, girls this. Take a pencil and literally mark it. So these are the top two, very little difference between them. Okay, here you've got the most contrast. Okay, so you need to really explain this. So romantic movies are 4 times more popular for girls than boys. Okay, the numbers for these, group these. The numbers for these are pretty similar in a range of between 54 and 86. Okay, so you could group those together. Here you need to make a contrast again, and here you need to compare them because they're very similar. So don't do one paragraph for boys, one paragraph for girls. It's really important to group the information and to compare it. Okay, so here you're okay. Here I think you need to do more of the comparing. So this sentence, whereas males do not like watching romantic, yeah. So sentences like 3 times more popular for males and females, that kind of thing. Twice as enjoyed as, and then you can go double that of. So these are all expressions which you can use. On the go back to the course you did and look at all the task 1 modules on the course, because there's a lot that can really help you there on the different language that you can use here. Okay, I think you need to just get confidence in that one, and I'll send you a link as well on looking at some examples for that. But well done. Okay, I know you're working so hard. You are so nearly there, I promise.